Yeah, hero could be okay in that shell too. All right, Bant, Rampage. Rampage of the Clans. 4 mana. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments for each permanent destroyed this way. Its controller gets a 3/3 Centaur creature token. So, the plan here is to put a bunch of artifacts and enchantments into play, and then cast Rampage of the Clans during their end step, convert all of our things into 3/3 Centaurs, and then untap and attack them. I am not expecting to win many matches of Magic, but I do hope we can win a few games. So let's see how this goes, shall we? We would like to execute our thing. You know what? I'm gonna traditional play it. Let's traditional play it off the unranked queue. Let's Rampage the unranked queue. Treasure map tribal. Are you ready, cards? The old Glacial Fortress basic forest opener. Perfect. We played emergency powers in, a Bant Nexus shell at one point. There is a Trump-themed emergency power deck in the deck queue, though, that we're going to get to at some point. That the build-around condition is it has to have emergency powers, disinformation campaign, and then a bunch of walls in it. So we're gonna get to that at some point for the lulz. So I elected not to use my treasure map there because I wanted to get Dovin going. Would that make high alert your trump card? So do I think I'm gonna play this and plus Dovin this turn. I think there's a good chance. That they Gates Ablaze us next turn. So rather than down tick Dovin and then get the token swept away, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Yep. And that's fine. Alright, let's plus this up, and then we'll alt Dovin next turn. Good choice. They might not have Gates Ablaze, but they also might just be waiting so they can Gates Ablaze after my last history counter pops off. Okay, I think that's probably what was happening. Man, who's excited for the surprise Rampage? I know I am! All right, Dovin should dig us to the Rampage. Hey, Captain Fireblade, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. All right, it does kill the Colossus too. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and do this. Dig deep.
I am generally banned from gambling.
This is why I'm generally banned from gambling. The old Urban Utopia double Fountain of Renewal Dovin ban alt, you know. No big deal.
There is great power in the thief you make.
Alright, go ahead. This is all I have. This is all I have, opponent. Nothing to see here. Don't play an angel and gain a bunch of life. Don't play an angel and gain a bunch of life. So we're looking to avoid. You know, I probably should have gotten an extra Dovin instead of this, just in case they played an angel. Oh yeah, yeah, you play that route. Yeah, play Guild Summit. Tap out for something silly. The extension claims to be working here. I'm just gonna chump block here to keep my card. I'm not gonna Rampage yet because I don't want them to have Gates Ablaze. They have an untapped land. How safe do you think they felt here? How safe do you think they felt here? Do you think they thought they were safe? I hope they thought they were safe. Boop boop. Sure. Sure.
Constantly seek to innovate.
Oh, yeah. That. I like when we get to do our meme thing in the very first game. That's the best. The best is when you're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna meme today. And then we get to meme right away. The Bronze Sublagar, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. Welcome back, and thanks for keeping me around. That's as good as it gets. Pack it in, right? Back it up, pack it in, let me begin. Alright, so I think I want my 3 negates. This is probably a Gleaming Barrier out matchup. Smothering Tithe's probably a little medium. Alright, let's do it. We're ready for ranked. Deck confirmed broken. Look at that! Look at that! 3 playable cards. And this is a good example of how to do your best to make a meme playable. Don't put a bunch of terrible cards in your deck. If you look at our deck, the number of cards that we have that I would consider not standard playable is low. We have a couple. Like, I'm not singing Gleaming Barrier's praise or like the enchantment for our land, but like a lot of the cards that we're playing are just like genuinely good Magic cards. Alright, so how do I want to sequence here? Do I want to Urban Utopia plus get treasure map going? I think I want to Urban Utopia plus get treasure map going. Correct, yeah, this card, the floor on this card is high because it replaces itself. I agree. It's nothing you're gonna write home about, but it's definitely like one of the less embarrassing cards we can play. Why not scry first? So I'm gonna get to scry again later, it really doesn't matter. It's like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. I can't do anything with the card anyways. Okay. This one doesn't ramp. This is color fixing. It's not a ramp. This does not ramp. Yeehaw, Gleaming Barrier. So we're gonna have 3 treasures, Legion's Landing, History of Benalia, Urban. So that's 5, 6, 7. So the problem is, I don't want to do this pre-combat, because if I do it pre-combat, they can Gates Ablaze me. Now I'm kind of hoping they Gates Ablaze me and try to attack, so that way I can Rampage of the Clans. So I can't jump block this because it can't be blocked by creature with power 2 or less. If I Rampage of the Clans, and if I stack all 5 of these on here, I'm taking 10 total and gaining 1, so that's fine. I'm going to be 1 short though, right? Because I'm only getting 4, 5, 6 tokens. Yeah, I have to jam Rampage before damage, I think, here. I just have to hope they don't have Gates Ablaze, which is probably unlikely. They probably have Gates Ablaze, but we're just not in a position to beat that card, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, so they hadn't had the Gates Ablaze there. We'd have been okay. But they did. Turndorf, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. You can ship that too. Thanks for sending it here this month. The Ram has Trample. Oh, so it dies to Gates Ablaze. Oh, that's a good suggestion. I don't know. I think we're just dead there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We're not winning from that position. So the problem with triple blocking Ram is that I go to 1 and then I don't have lethal on board because I'm only getting 6 things and they have 2 blockers. So triple blocking Ram still meant I was pretty much dead. Hey, fold into 1. Thank you for the entire year of support. I appreciate that. I knight the Defender of the Realm. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. And that's why I kind of talked through all the lines there, like talking about what they could have, what we could afford to beat, how the different blocks line up if we block in different ways. Then ultimately I came to the conclusion that I needed to do it pre-combat so that way I could have a lethal attack the following turn. That's not really true. I didn't really have anything left over. Missing the 3rd land here probably means we're dead. I guess if I hit an untapped land next turn and, like, get another treasure map down, these Rampage of the Clans could let me steal it. Which is, like, what we're looking to do, right? It's not a dead card if they have a counterspell. We did not get to it yesterday, Jackal Girl. Had a bunch of cuts. Darn it, Planeswalkers! We're not ready for you! Gosh, we'd have probably dumpstered them if we'd have drawn lands this game. The treasure maps into the Rampage of the clans would have put a lot of damage out. And like, if they don't have a counterspell, we might still be able to steal this. Although I guess it gets harder because Guild Summit's gonna give them 3/3s when it dies, right? So, I think I actually burn a treasure, scrying with treasure map at their end of turn, because I want to flip my treasure map next turn, so that way I can rampage the tokens away. And if I don't scry with it this turn, I'm not going to be able to flip it next turn, because I want to rampage before the History of Benalia last counter pops off. It's very possible they brought in Negate or Disdainful Stroke to try and stop our combo piece. I don't know. I think this game's incredibly close at the moment. It's gonna how this game ends up playing out is 100% gonna hinge on whether or not they have counterspells in their deck. Well, I mean, Rampage making knights would be irrelevant, right? Want History of Benalia? Nah, I don't think so. I think I just want, like, lands or cheap artifacts. No, I'm rampaging this turn. I think Legion's Landing is too good to not be playing. I think cheap 1-mana cards like this are everything we want to be doing in this deck. Alright, I'm just going to run the no blocks on this. This does leave me dead to Expansion Explosion, but actually it doesn't, right? Because I'm at 5. Thought I was lower than that. This is you don't like the Gates deck because of its Rampage of the Clans matchup? That's your line? I think we're still dead. right? We attack with everything, and we hit them for 6, 10, 11. Yeah. I get to block 5 of these. The clans rampaged in the wrong direction. Need them to have 2 less blockers. That's close. That's close. Got to do our thing a couple of times. Not bad. How dare they play enchantments and make our silly combo that much worse. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you're someone who enjoys constructed Magic, this is definitely a place for you. We play a ton of Standard, as well as some Modern and some Legacy in the mornings as well. As always, a big shout out to my wonderful subscribers. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. They are the folks that keep me employed. Past my subscribers, also like to mention some of my wonderful sponsors. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to play in one of their Standard, Modern, or Legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well each month at twitch.tv/NRG series. Ohio MTG, thanks for checking in for the 10th month in a row. I appreciate that. Welcome back. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my very beautiful altars and all my other Magic the Gathering cards. Using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, deck boxes, binders, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories with them. They just came out with their Elite 2 sleeves, which are quite fantastic. They're a little bit taller than the old ones, which I like, which makes them work better with perfect fits. And they are only $8 before my discount for $100. So they're a quality product at a great price. Neo provides wonderful candy-flavored protein bars using code Hoagland at bit.ly/Sugar Bars. You can save 10% on all of your orders there with them. And, of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. I really appreciate you choosing to drop in and spend part of your day here with us. Here, heading on into the next match here. There are also folks who are quietly beginning a Twitch tyranny. What's going on? Thanks for the 11 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, this is fine. Not amazing, but fine. A quick early Legion's Landing, also pretty reasonable with Dovin for purposes of plus on him up. Anoronics is still king of the bits. Yeah, we've been hitting 2,000 most afternoons these days. MTG Arena is very popular, and with good cause. It's very good. It's wonderful, wonderful having a quality Magic application. Slowly becoming used to, like, saying Magic's an esport in a non-facetious manner. For a long time, we only said that jokingly. I really like the blue-green climb decks. Teamer Climb, straight blue-green climb, Sultai, Bant. I think that core can go in a lot of different directions. Nice, Blur. What was the normal viewer count before Arena? My average before I started streaming Arena was probably somewhere in the 700 to 900 range, playing mostly Modern on Magic Online. So it's about 2x since Arena took off. Like Caleb Durward was like the only person who consistently pushed 2,000 people on Just Magic Online. How long can you keep up those long work hours? Well, I am scaling it back a little bit this week. I am only doing 8 to 9 hour days this week. We did a bunch of 12s last week, and that's just like not healthy to keep doing. So I am scaling it back a touch. I don't actually know what Numat's numbers were like. I knew I used to watch Caleb. I guess I can look. What's Kenji's average? Data is great. I feel like I'm a less flashy crowd, but I keep chugging along bit by bit. You really do, Beetle. It's funny, I was actually looking at it the other day that you say that, and like, I was like, oh, okay, he actually has a lot more bits than I thought, just because like, you do little bits at a time. Newmont actually only has an average concurrent viewer count of about 1,300 for the last 90 days, it looks like. I didn't think he was pushing 2K like Caleb was a lot of the time. SCTR, thanks for doling out some sub gifties. Hope you're having a good morning. So, it feels a little bit bad to get got by their anthem there, but that doesn't seem like it's that terrible for us overall. I'm gonna go ahead and play Karn, down tick, and plus Dovin. And like, this is a good example of like, we're just kind of an okay like blue-white aggro deck, right? Like blue-white artifact aggro.
Allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
There actually isn't an efficient way to have a gifted sub leaderboard, which is sad. I agree. I think even with Magic Online being ugly and not having like 3D effects and stuff, I think it would be a lot more successful in terms of like people being able to watch it, especially newer players, if people could mouse over the cards. Yeah, I specifically said 2K reg. Like Caleb averages like 1,800 for the last 90 days or something like that. Yeah, like 1,800, which is close to 2K. I'd round that up. They have overhauled MTGO. It's called Magic Arena. Magic Arena is the overhaul. There is a Bant Eldrazi deck in the queue.
Constantly seek to innovate.
That's actually, mousing over cards is pretty common in card games that are on Twitch now. Like Hearthstone does that. I believe Eternal Card Game does it as well. Most of the big card games do that at this point. ZD, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people you can chip your Bezo bucks to every month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending them my way. We don't currently know any of their official plans for Arena in the long term. If they were going to, they probably wouldn't tell us in advance.
Evil must not be tolerated. Some solutions must be built.
Alright. Let's pump up the Dovin, shall we? Yeah, I agree, Tough Ghost. I agree. So if you're interested, I was talking about random magic stats and viewer numbers and stuff like that. You can click this link here, and this site has tons of sweet API data for Twitch. It shows like you can sort by most watched, you can sort by hours streamed, all sorts of different metrics that are awesome and interesting if you're a data nerd like I am. What's your opinion on Eternal Card Game? I'm not a huge fan of Eternal Card Game. It's always felt kind of like Fisher Price Magic to me. It's like, it feels like what I would get if someone asked themselves the question, how do I make Magic faster to like play on the toilet? And I just like, if I want to play a short game, I don't want to play Magic Light. Yikes, they're taking my Planeswalker away. Rude. Wait. We're not killing Dovin? Deal. And they can't really afford to pay for I agree with your conclusion, opponent. I agree with your conclusion. All right, good. Excellent. Excellent. I was like, where are we going with this? Ah, excellent. I understand. We unfortunately did not beat the Gates player. It's board in for Baffling End, trim the Smothering Tithe. Thank you, Trax. I appreciate the support. I think I'm keeping this. It might be a little bit slow, but like history into history is a heck of a curve, even on the draw. Yeah, day 9 has an absurd presence. It's been really awesome for Magic and the community in general to like have him taken to shine to Magic Arena. Like he brings a huge, he's an awesome content producer and brings a huge audience with him. Try some number of Carnage Iron in the place of Nova to swap in for Rampage. See they have Rampage to get them game 1, but it simply doubles it 2-3. Yeah, he's played Paper Magic for a long time, from my understanding. He just like didn't touch MTGO. Which is understandable. Most people don't touch MTGO. Yikes! Yikes! Are we dead? I think we're dead. Hey, figure it out. This is the best part about Magic Arena. You don't have to figure out if you're dead. It just tells you. So even if I play this, we go block, block, and then take 5. Oh, did he? I actually didn't know that, Gabriel Paints. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I've watched some of the Spellslinger stuff. The higher produced Magic stuff is really sweet. Lot of work, but the result is very good. Alright, so do I history first, or do I Dovin first? I think I Dovin first. Easiest block of my life. Well, Spellslingers is like, they're like actually famous people, not Magic famous people, right? So, I am but a tier 4 internet celebrity. I think I dove in here. Oh, that's interesting. That's good. I didn't know that. I haven't watched all of those. Just a couple. Wonder if this was bad because they could mentor. This is probably bad because they have mentor. I have to like jump block here. Oh yeah, that's true. That's also a WotC sponsored thing. Hey, go to Scoop Step. Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. We're a little under the gun here. Wobbers! Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub.
I benefit from another's success. Yeah,
the editing on the command zone is absurd. Just like the time that goes into that has to be astronomical. Alright, if they attack everything at Dovin, we're just going to let Dovin eat it. Although I am going to trade my knight for their knight here if they allow that to happen. I'm not going to throw my Thopter away, I don't think. I think I want that for later. If they have their pump spell here, that's kind of annoying, but not the end of the world.
These results are an anomaly, not to be repeated.
We played Vanifear Pod in Modern this morning, and it was less embarrassing than I was expecting it to be. To set a bar that's incredibly low, the Vanifear Pod deck was less embarrassing than I thought it was going to be. It is worth watching if you enjoy bad creature toolbox decks, which, let's be honest, most of us do. Maybe, Tom? I could see that. Less embarrassing than I originally thought is about as high a compliment as a modern deck you get. It kinda is these days, isn't it? Like, well, this sucked a whole lot less than I was expecting. Alright, you know what? This deck is currently exceeding above expectations because we've won a game in every match that we've played, and that was the goal we set out for, chat. The key to being happy in life is setting reasonable expectations so you can achieve them. I said it before, and I truly mean it when I ask you to make Vanifear Pod a thing in Modern because I want to dumpster it playing, in fact. Something that might have potential? I don't know. It depends on what your definition of potential is. Sir Ixol with the very generous brand new tier 3 sub. Thank you very much and welcome. Hope you're having a great Tuesday wherever you're at. My tier 3 subs support me a whole lot extra, so you get to add a deck to the queue every single month if you'd like, or you can bump a deck that's already up in the queue by a great deal. So be sure to let me know what you'd like to do. If you'd like to add a new deck, you can submit it through the form on my website. Looking for a land. Deal. Nice, Wubbers. I really need to make time to get back to the gym. Once I settle back into a realistic work schedule, we'll have to fit the gym back in. Also, I really hate leaving the house in the snow. The weather's been super miserable. I should probably get some kind of weights for at the house, really. Would probably be a good idea. Like mono white flyers, basically. Mono white 2-power creatures. I would love an untapped land. Jeff does CrossFit at Twitch phenomenon. Carmen Nova, let's ban everything degenerate and make Modern great again. Going down that path leads to only sadness, my child.
I will gladly point out your inadequacy.
Did you say the weather outside is frightful? That is definitely one descriptor of it. I definitely get more cardio in the new house. So the old house was just a bi-level, so it's just like almost one flight of stairs between the 2 floors. Whereas here, I'm downstairs in the basement. So I go from the basement to the top floor, like, you know, 3 or 4 times a day. So I get a lot of stairs in. Is first place prize a mod sword? No. I'm thinking first place for the sub-tournament's probably going to be something like you get a deck played the next day on stream. Or something of that nature. I like these attacks from my opponent. My opponent's making me decide, do I want to save this or trade here? And I think I want to just trade here.
Clearly, shortcomings here were mine.
Yeah, the pace of play on Arena is just so good. It's really A+. I don't play in the traditional events because I don't play in the events for 2 reasons. One, I don't find gambling exciting, and if you find gambling exciting, that's great. I'm sure there's lots of other people streaming that would let you live vicariously through them gambling. 2, when you play the event, you're locked into the deck that you submit for the entirety of it. And a lot of times we're playing viewer submitted decks on this channel, which aren't necessarily perfect and like need some massaging around the edges. So I like the ability to change cards in between the matches that we play. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm probably actually just looking for a Rampage at this point, right? That's true. MMR-based matchmaking is important too. Right, Jess? How dead am I on board? They have 6, 7, 8 power. Do I just, like, play this treasure map out to get scrying? I think I just play the treasure map out and get scrying and, like, try and hit a Rampage next turn. I guess I could just make a 4/4. Maybe that's better. I don't know. I kind of want to just, like, go for broke. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm so dumb. Tithe Taker. Tithe Taker impacts abilities. I needed to do this on my turn. We're gonna get one less look now. Because this costs 3. I always forget that too. I think we're exactly dead here.
It's hard to be a genius surrounded by lesser minds.
Sure, I didn't say there was anything wrong with gambling in that statement, which is, again, don't take my words to mean something that they didn't say. What I said is that I personally don't derive extra thrill from gambling while I play matches, which some people will probably twist to mean Jeff said gambling is bad, but that's not what I said. What I said was, I personally don't enjoy it, so I don't do it. There was no secret implied meaning there that if you enjoy it, it's bad. Like, you do you, let me do me. And that's okay. Gonna board just like we boarded against the last mono white deck. I played a lot of cash hold'em in college. The reason why I stopped playing poker and moved to Magic is because playing cash poker efficiently, playing any poker efficiently, involves an absurd amount of waiting, and I find it very boring. Apply on the non-prepaid plans. I don't know that 100% offhand. I think so. I think you could just buy the brush, I believe. I'm not 100% though. I know if you use my link, you get the first refill for free, and it might be one of those things where you have to go in and cancel it after you sign up and get the first refill for free. That's probably how it's set up, if I had to venture a guess, but I don't know for sure offhand. Playing casual poker is basically playing against the Nexus deck every time. Yeah, it's a good way to compare it to Magic terms. Yeah, Nova's probably fine. Like, the Nova's in the sideboard, so I just kind of threw cards together. I don't actually know what I'm doing with it. I just had to fill out 15 cards. In for a land. I think we're going to Baffling End the Silver Beak Griffin here. Sit on down for a little bit. Enjoy the ride, folks. Keep digging for a land here. Want to get this history going. Huh. All their things fly. So I get to flip the treasure map next turn, and then Rampage of the Clans, which is like not terrible. Yeah, I should have put an upkeep stop, but I clicked through it. Thankfully, this is a no justice stream, so we weren't punished. Yeah, I think I just Rampage now, right? So if they have unbreakable formation, I'm dead. YOLO. I'm about to get negated. I think I'm about to get negated. Wow. Way to stuff our fun in a little box and throw it away. Alright, we're dead. Why do they interact with us, chat? Why do they hate our fun? Ooh, where was this? Our deck did stuff. We got to use Rampage a couple of times. We even won a game with it, which was sweet. That's all we were looking for do. If you're looking for a fun, mostly casual deck to play this card, and this doesn't seem completely unreasonable, as always, someone who's always looking for meaningful takeaways from games that we're playing, even if it's not about the specific deck that we're playing, the History of Benalia, Dovin, Treasure Map, Karn, like these 4 cards, Legion's Landing too, really, like this core here seemed like very reasonable. We had some reasonably aggressive draws, and like putting this into maybe a little bit more mid-rangey, like blue-white shell doesn't seem completely unreasonable. History plus Dovin have done good work together for us too, especially in the white aggro decks too. We're actually going to get back to Jeskai aggro, I think, tomorrow, I believe.